to 215, which is a pretty large increase. Lots of those under 6, under 7s, under 8s, which is pretty good. Our over 35s and our senior teams, we've had 2 teams have particularly successful seasons, and the rest of the teams have far less successful seasons. There's one team sort of in the middle, but there's probably 3 or 4 teams down the bottom end of their competition. So I normally do a total wins for all games played and everything. I'm not going to do that this year. Safe to say 2 teams contributed about 80% of the senior team's wins this year, which is a pretty good effort from our reserves team and our Div 6 over 35. So can we give them a clap? This could be really. So the way it works tonight is the first team, they have some presentations that go up on the screens. The over 35s and city teams, we've got medals for each of the players. There is one simple rule. The leading goal scorer doesn't have to be here to get their medal, but every other player who gets an award tonight has to be here. So you can't give a medal to someone that's not here. Therefore, there's one team which has one person. There's two teams with one person here tonight, and those people are very, very lucky. So, because there's no names on the medals except for the Capitals. So the Capitals, they'll be giving prizes to everybody, but regardless of whether they're here or not. For the city, the over 35s and Cove, unless you're here, you don't get a medal. So there's a lot of things going to a football club. We have a lot of managers and coaches out there. We've got a lot of sponsors. We have, Raptors. We've got White Plain Financial. So it's David Chong. Can we give him a big clap and shout? If you need a home loan redone, financial planning, consolidation of loans, anything like that, I've heard he's the man. So there you go. Let's get a website. Go to it. We've obviously got the Malcolm Brown Hotel on board this year. We've got Spot Productions. I'm probably going to miss a few, but they're the kind of things that help the club do that extra little bit. They're the things that help the club redo the field, pay for the gear, and vice versa. All right. Rather than keep prattling on, we'll get underway with the awards. And it's lovely that Hayden Jones has volunteered to start with his team. Hayden's on the committee. He's had a wonderful year. Can we give Hayden a clap as well? Works his butt off every day, I would say. Between him and Tommy, they organised tonight. So, yeah, there you go. So 4 medals I'll get for you, Hayden. Give us a summary of your wonderful season.
Wonderful, I don't know about, but we had a tough season, to tell you the truth. I think the first 4 games we played were decided in the last 30 seconds of the game, and none of them went our way. Then we had a good run. We played the team who eventually won the grand final, beat them.
Yep.
Two or three good wins, and then we all got injured. Dan, our superstar, broke his ankle trying a pirouette at his ice skating daughter's 21st. So we had 17 players in the squad, and I think from probably about round 7 we were struggling to put a team on the field every week. So for all the other over 35 teams, they helped us out great. We managed to get a team out there every week, but we did struggle just with injuries. We had season-ending injuries. Blokes were out for 6 or 7 weeks. So yeah, but boys, we did well. We got there in the end. I think the best thing is we beat the team who ended up winning the premiership, the proper premiership.
Who scored the goals?
Not me. 3 weeks from the end of the season, we played them. We just dusted them. So when we got the team back, we'll be back next year, boys. Okay, so we'll go leading goal scorer, and I'll have to hand over the reins here. So Sonny. Sonny in this year to score some goals. Speech. Players play. We had a bit of a debate about this, and we're going to have to go with the Colonel. So Colonel.
What was there a debate?
We've had a bit of a goalkeeper curse in our team over the last few years. We succeed in breaking goalkeepers every year. We've had blokes with broken ribs in hospital overnight, back issues, all sorts of things. Colonel put his hand up this year for when he came. I think he just likes wearing pink.
Are you going from short to tall?
Best and fairest. Soon we've got to give it to someone who's here tonight when the choices are a bit limited. Spaz. Coaches Award. Okay, so I'm going to go a bit outside the sphere here. As I said, we struggle with numbers every week, but there was one bloke I could call every week, and if he could play, he'd play, and that's Mikey White. So Mikey would say, "Oh, we're playing at 6:30 at Woolworths. You guys are playing at 8, but I'll get there, but I'll be 10 minutes late." Jeez.
Can we get a photo? There we go. So those boys won 5 games, drew 5 games, lost the rest, finished about 7th out of 12. So, good season. All right. Next, we'll have another seasoned veteran of the football club is Ken Arnold up here to do the over 35s Div 3. Ken is also a member of the committee, tireless worker at the club, and has been around probably as long as Lance. So, can we give Ken a round of applause as well?
Everyone, my congratulations to the award winners for tonight. I mean, just before I came up here and said the amount of time you spent on the stage is defined by how well your team went. So, actually, we've had a decade of success, and this year was probably the worst year in that time. But we've got to the stage of life where we're spotting most teams about 10 years per person. Late in Div 3, there wasn't an easy game all year, except for the other teams. Anyway, I'll get on with it. My leading goal scorer. Okay. Our leading goal scorer is not here tonight. 11 goals, which is a reasonable return. He's had a similar return every year for the last 10 years. Usually pushed all the way to the line, but this year the next best scorer was one of the ring-ins that played a few games for us. So. Anyway, Mick Kelly, for those who know him. Okay, next award up is the Coaches Award, and not that I was really the coach, I was sort of the manager of the team, but anyway, I took the job on. Did this by allocating points on a 3-2-1 basis after every game, so I'd sit down on a Monday morning, and if I could still remember the Friday night game, as honestly as I could, I allocated points, and only really looked this Friday as to who the actual winner was, and it did surprise me. I really awarded the points on the basis of who I thought had the best positive impact on the team's performance in the game. So it wasn't who played above their capabilities or anything like that. It was who actually had the best impact. And the winner is actually here tonight, so this isn't just awarded by default. Robbie McLean came out on top. Had a very good second half of the season. Players player. Okay, players player. I sent text out last week, and probably the first 3 or 4 responses, I thought, oh no, everyone on the team's going to get 1 vote each. But as the remainder of the votes came in, there was a clear winner. Once again, it's one of the players who's here tonight, and yeah, I think had a great season. Congratulations, Justin. Okay, the final award for the night. probably there's a player in the team who, I appreciated his ability to follow my pre-match instructions every week. I'd asked him to play on the left wing, he'd walk to the right. Asked him to, jockey when defending, he'd just rush in like a bullet. Said, we're going to play short tonight, he'd go the long ball time after time. I'm not sure we speak the same language, but don't hold any of that against him. Very, very enthusiastic, loves the game, every training session, and most of the games during the year. So, Rico, come out. It probably means he'll stay over there. All right. Thanks very much, everyone.
That team had won the same number of games and drew the same number of games exactly as Hayden, so similar sort of season, but finished 5th or 6th in the comp because of the way it was structured. Almost got into finals. All right, we'll do the next two over 35s teams now. Actually, we'll leave one for a little bit, but we'll do over 35s Div 2 coming up. Joseph. Joseph is the only representative of his team here tonight. So let's give him a massive cheer.
First and foremost, I just want to thank the club for making football enjoyable for everyone this season. So, big round of applause, I guess. The highlight of the season was the two teams that played in the grand final. Neither of them beat us all season, but we managed to lose every other single game. By default, I think we're the best team because none of them were able to beat us. So, without further ado,
I'll do this. Congratulations, you're the best and fairest. You gave yourself the Coaches Award. You are the players' player. Sorry, someone would have been leading goal scorer, so unfortunately not a clean sweep, but great season. We've never had someone get 3 or before, so it's quite an achievement. All right, so we will now move on to the City. We'll do City 5 and City 6 actually together. So I'll do City 6 and Spranks, you can come up here and do City 5.
Once again, thanks to the committee and the club, as has been said before. Look, our season was pretty disappointing on all accounts. You can normally lock us in for a 5th placing. We had a bit of a Gen X versus Gen Y sort of difference, I suppose you'd say, so we finished 8th. Not really talking the same language. We got a bloke from Gen X talking ketone or keto diets this evening, and Gen Y sort of look at it going, never heard of that before. So, on that note, I think I'll finish by saying we did finish 8th. We had 15 points, minus 17 goal difference, and Tommy once again, managed the best he could, but a lot to be desired. So I think you'll see some 35s next year, to be honest. Leading goal scorer. Just a lottery here. I think Turk's historically pretty good in front of goal, so we'll give it to him. Coaches Award. Yeah, we'll finish with that one. Best and fairest. This is an easy one. He's definitely started off the season as the fairest, but he hasn't had a yellow card in how many years of football, Damon? 14 years. So I think it was probably round 2 when the crazy Irishman explained how to play a bit of Clairvaux football. So he did finish the season with a yellow. So we'll give him the best and fairest.
Yeah, Dave.
ideas. I might be better at this bloke. Players player. I think Benny's going to take out the Div 6 awards, so you better give that to Tom, let's say. The Coaches Award. Look, I've been at the club a few years and I've had a crack at managing. There's literally nobody left at our table. Benny's going to take the sixes quite easily, so I'm going to take this home.
The City Sixers, they only have one sort of half person here tonight, so Ben Ventura is going to get the best and fairest players by the coaches. Ben played for both teams this year, so we get to hold back. Ben, I've actually made a mistake of giving the City Sixers to these boys. You're going to have to swap them. I'm sure that's fine. Thank you, boys. Alright, now that all that's out for ado, I will get Nathan Williams up here. So Nathan is the coach of our very, very successful over 35 big final team. So ran the final winners, they were runners up in the premiership. Thanks, Robbie. As Robbie said, a very successful year for us this year. Back-to-back premierships. And hopefully only getting better and better, certainly getting older and older. So any of you guys will be ready to play 35s. You know the team you come to. Don't look at Healy. No, mate. Come and talk to us because we win some. Yeah, last result though. There's a very successful year again. Big thanks to everyone who helped out this year as well. Mike Becky and Kevin also helped out managing the team this year too. We had some new guys come in this year who fitted in quite seamlessly as well, which is fantastic. And basically, again, never hurts when you're winning, but had a really good time this year as well. And also thanks to all the other 35s teams. So every Monday night we get together. We sort of train, mainly we just run around for an hour and then have a beer, but it's what makes us come back every year. So thanks to everyone. First, letting goal scorer. This one's easy. He scored 24 goals this year. He perfected the backflip, which over 35s is actually just unheard of. And really gives other teams. So I've got to tell you. What's that?
Yeah, that one.
Can you do one tonight? Yeah. Same, as he did, 24 goals. It's an absolute cracker. He missed the grand final this year. He had to travel overseas, but he didn't hurt his nose doing backflips. He assures me. Oh my life. You can only do one. Alright, so he assures me it's fine. So players play this year, really tight one. So we get everyone to vote every year. It was very close, but this year he's been at the club for a few years now. Al Bondi. This year, it plays everywhere from fullback to striker and never complains. Go best and fairest. So best and fairest. So like Kenny, I'd scribble in a notebook after every game 3-2-1s, and then a little bit at the end of the season, about 2 weeks ago, I looked at what I wrote down. Some of which was absolutely bewildering, but some of it made sort of sense. And 3-2-1s this year, new to the club. And not just because he's a sponsor, David Chong. So David again played everywhere from left fullback to midfield. As Mikey and I were talking about before, undoubtedly our most athletic player because he can still run. And last but not least, the Coaches Award. So this one again, had a briefing with Kenny over coffee, and we decided on the Coaches Award it was someone who's again been at the club for a while, does a lot for us, never complains, always works hard. Vic. So Coaches Award.
We're working up, Bill.
Thanks very much. big round of applause for the boys. They won the grand final. 26 after the season. All right, I reckon as time would have it, we're going to have a 5-minute break and dessert will come out as well. So not only do these guys do our first team and reserves and do a wonderful job, they help with junior coaching, they help with a whole lot of junior stuff. Grams helps with under 6 and 7s, and they set a benchmark for the rest of the club, our coaches and our players and what we want to be. And I think that's really, really important to the growth and the progress that this club's made in the last couple of years. So a massive round of applause for these two leaders. President.
I'm going to try and make this quick before Snapey eats my dessert, I think. Massive thanks to the committee this year. It's been, Russell and I felt absolutely privileged to be here. The support that we get from them and the positive noise that continues throughout this club excites us very much to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Just quickly for mine, obviously, I want to thank Russell for all his efforts this year. I just tag along and take as many plaudits as I can, but his enthusiasm and, as per usual, OCD-ishness carries us all through the season, and his efforts have been wonderful once again. Can't wait to work with him again next season, so well done, mate. In terms of the Capital 2 Reserve side, fantastic season, to be honest. Aren't many opportunities in your life to actually win the premiership. We came a bit unstuck in the semi-final run, which happens, but being a team that wins the most games and the most points all season, I'm very proud of the boys, and that shows their efforts over the entire season. So unfortunately, we didn't get to get the trophy and the medals on grand final day because, well, we didn't make it. But well done to all the boys, and I might just, if you'd allow me to, call up the guys and hand them a medal if that's okay. If you boys just want to join us up here, so make it easy on me. Anyone who played in Resi up here, that includes Josh Sewell.
Oh, Reece, you gonna get up there? Yeah, sure.
Right, let's get this over. Pete, it's you. Well done, mate. Congratulations, Rita. Well done. Lockie. Congratulations. Well done, Lockie. Well done. Good job. Sully, you played a couple of games there. Well done. And well done this season. Very good, mate. Congratulations. Liam. Well done. Good job. Chrissy. Well done, Chris. Good job, mate. Well done, mate. Good on you. Big up. Well done, mate. Good job. Connor. Well done, Connor. Brady. And Hopi. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Well done, boys. And working with that one too. Well done, guys. Congratulations. Right, now the awards. Yep, Golden Boots. Unfortunately, he wasn't here tonight, but had a wonderful season and scored a lot of goals for us, as well as playing very well in the midfield. So, Matty Rayner, excellent season. While we're at it, he also won the Most Valuable Player Award. So, congratulations to Matty. And the player who is here, the player's player, went to Peter. Great season for him.
Right, big round of applause for the boys.
Graham was saying that Rezzy's had a fantastic year. Without them, our senior team couldn't have been as successful as it was. For those who don't know, we did make the 4 and then got 10 points and 20 goals taken away from us from Football Brisbane. But we still ended up in 6th place, so not too bad having 10 points taken off and still end up 6th. But again, we couldn't have done it without the Rezzies. I think we ended up using 11 players throughout the season, and it was probably our fault that they didn't do as well in the final series because we used most of them towards the back end of the season as well. For the Coaches Award, we do a bit of a breakdown for this year. So for the first 4 games, it was a bit of a weird season. As you can see, round 1, 3, 7 and 2, we played 1 game and had to wait a month and a half for our second one. Had a couple wins on the trot early on. You can see the Premiers team won the first, 3 before going down to Barton in a bit of a shock loss, which was played over at the Logan Centre. That Barton game should have been round 2, and as I said, that one was about 2.5 months into it. So early leading on was Josh Sewell with the points on 8. You can see Pete on the Rezzies is up there. So what we do for the Coaches Award is 3-2-1 for both top team and Rezzies combined. The next 4, you can see that Reese's had a couple of games and went straight to the top. Peter's dropped down a spot, and players like Matt Malloy and Dan Logan started to get into the top 10. We had a bit of a shock loss to my old team, KPR, and also to Oxley after leading 2-0 after 3 minutes and somehow lost 4-2. And then the big loss over at Athletic, which was a hard drive home for me. It took me an hour and a half to get home after losing 8-0. So we went through a bit of a change up after that. And you can see the results started coming out. So now we work with our players. If you get a red card, you can't win it. So you'll see Joshy Sewell in red. He was a little bit hard done by.
Is this picture behind Barbara's?
So unfortunately, Joshy won't be able to back up his Coaches Award from last year. Peter's dropped a couple more spots down there. Matty cemented his spot, and Dan Hearn and Connors in the top 10 as well. You can see we had a draw against the Premiers, the team that won the comp, and you can see that we won the next couple, and somehow we lost to second last place, Tarragindi over there on the postage stamp. So after that 8-0 loss, we actually did not lose another game other than the Tarragindi game, so we only lost 1 out of the remaining games in the season, including, what was it, 14 straight, I think it was, without a loss, and we only had 7 goals scored against us in that last 14. So you can see Joshy still in red. Unfortunately, he'll stay in red. Reese stayed where he was. Chris Davey made a bit of a stint and jumped up to tied for second, and Peter's dropping a little bit more down the pace. And Tyler, who came back from America, he snuck into the 10 as well. And we started to get some solid results with, what's that? Geez, 3 draws out of 4 there, but a couple of top teams there, so some good results. So we finally got to play round 4, and I think that was about July or August, and round 28 and 21. And you can see there we had 3 wins and a draw, which includes belting my old team 5-0 KPR after leading 5-0 at half time. Laurent made a big jump in the points in this round. Chrissy stayed about where he is. Joe and Dan Logan and Chris Embon made a couple of good games as well, and Sir Alex is back into the 10 where he probably belongs. So other than that, yeah, we started to get a really good couple of wins, and you can see the Rezzies have got 3 wins out of 4 there, and I think they went on about an 8-game no losing streak as well at this time. So the last two games we played the eventual grand final as Brisbane Athletic and drew with them, and we played the premiers, the Lakes, and beat them 3-0. So you can see we did have a successful year. If we didn't have those points taken away from us, who knows what could have happened with there. So, but the winner of this one should have been Josh Zula because of the red card. The Coaches Award winner actually goes to Lorette McCuney, who isn't here tonight. It's paid for him and his missus tonight, so Snaker can eat his meal.
Get up there, Josh, and get it. Scrub that. Get up there, Josh.
So the Premier's team most valuable player. This is I better make sure I get this one right. So this player's new to the club, and he had to start in reserve grade like most new players to the club. Graham played him in just about every position. He played in centre back, he played left back, he played right back, he played in midfield, played on the wings. I think he even played striker one game, everything other than goalkeeper. He came off the bench a couple of times during the year where he also played in multitudes of positions until we finally found his position when Josh got his red card. And this player went straight into centre back. Since then, as I said, we didn't lose a game in 14 games and only 7 goals scored against us. And it definitely comes down to this player. I used to say that Josh Shaw was the best centre back that I've ever had coach, but maybe I need to scrap that now.
Keep it real short and brief. I just want to say Josh Shaw for getting sent off.
Goal scorer, this is a player who's won this award a couple of times this year. Over the last couple of years. He lost it last year due to Kevin getting the golden boot, but Kevin also got the golden boot for the whole comp. Probably didn't score as many goals as he usually does, but in fairness to him, I had to keep changing the players around him due to injuries and also just different formations for playing against different opposition. But I can always trust this guy to belt in a bucket load of goals, and he's done it again this season and ended up 5th for the competition as well as our league goal scorer, which is Chrissy Snake.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. I'm just going to take the mic now. Russ, go. Sweet, awesome. Nothing else.
Okay, so Players Award is probably one of the most important ones I think to give out because for our mantra, one team, one squad, one club, one family, you can't be a quality player unless you have the support of the players around you. This player continually shows up on game day and performs. He's always helping players around him, so he's played in a multitude of positions for us this year, including centre back, left back, right back, and in the midfield. I'm sure if I put him in front of goals, he could probably belt in goals, which might happen next year as well. I think though, I don't know if respect comes to mind when I see this person's name, but definitely he's a top bloke. definitely is a person that without him, he was actually the first person to agree to sign him next year, even though a bucket load of clubs were chasing. To be, in fairness to him, he should be playing in the Premier League. But I don't want to give him this award because he's got a red card, but Josh is still.
Once his suspension.
Yes. Thanks for Josh Shaw tonight.
So this is a new award for us this year, which I was really happy to give out because Graham and I spoke about this all year and how we can reward this guy because he effectively saved our season early on, and by giving the clues away early on, we'll know exactly who it is. So early on in the season, our #1 goalkeeper ended up busting his knee playing touch football and putting himself out for the whole season. He wasn't going to play for us at all. He was playing City League at the time because he's probably come to the end of his career, or so he thought. We brought him up into reserve grade to help out, and he ended up with 3 clean sheets in a row, so we put him straight into the first team. And I kept telling him he's turning back the clock. But I know how hard it was for him this year because after every game we talk either by text or in person about how his body couldn't perform on the Monday, he could barely move. He had, I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but knee injuries, back injuries, shoulder injury, wrist injury, from keeping apparently. Hips, I think, as well in there, and a bucket load of injuries. We just had to manage him through the week to get to next game. He ended up playing every single game for us. I had 3 coaches from Premier League who watched our live streaming one day at the pub. All 3 of them were together, and they rung me on the Monday and said, "Who the hell is that guy? He should still be playing." I just can't thank him enough because, as I said, without the season, who knows what could have happened. He might have had to rely on an under-18 keeper or an over-35s keeper. So this is probably the biggest award for me to give out tonight, and that's to Chris Emble.
Thanks, Josh, for getting some.
All right, round of applause for the boys and Russ. We might just leave Chris up there for a bit while we do the rest. So there's 2 big awards to go, plus I know everyone's waiting for it. We also do our Team of the Year. Do you remember that? You get your certificate. It's pretty fantastic. You were going to get water bottles. I gave them to under 7s. Too bad. They all have water bottles now, so that sucks. So, but I know a couple of people put these certificates up on the wall every year. I've gone to Snape's house. He does that, so that's fine. You never been in? Oh. All right. So the way it works is you have to be here on the night. You selected by the coaches of the team or me solely to be in the Team of the Year. You've likely already won an award. From that team, we then pick the Clairvaux FC Player of the Year. It can come from any team that has a picture. All right, so we will play, I think we're playing 4-4-3 with 4 on the bench. So given the person won the Player of the Year, Chris Emble is the Clairvaux FC Goalkeeper of the Year. So come on. You just hold your stick up for the camera, that's fine. I'm joking. One of the 3 centre backs who will play, 1 centre back and 2 wingers, is also a member of our committee, works his arse off every week, so this is partly for that. So it's Tommy Bishop. Yeah, it's great because you're here. Centre back, and I have no issues with giving this to someone who got a red card, Josh Sewell. Yeah, I realise, Dizzy's retiring and everything, but I still go to him. The other defender is from one of our over 35s teams. It's Darren White. We play 4 through the midfield. Not only an over 35 superstar, but probably attended every Capital game as the medico, which if you've gone to a Capital game is often. So Ronnie Chong in the midfield. First thing I was putting him right up there, so while Ronnie's coming up there, we'll go to the Cap 2 reserves midfielder who won an award tonight, Peter Petranos. Texas Johnson as well. So, doubly important. Next midfielder, I think he's won this a couple of times now, probably gypped in the Player of the Year award, is Reece Gooch. And the final midfielder from over 35s is, I would suspect, the hardest person in this football club to get the football off. It's Ali. Absolute superstar. Well then, Ali, first time in the team.
brother.
Alright. 2 to go, because I have 2 certificates. In the successful team of the season, I think won their Player of the Year already, and a big sponsor of the club, David Chong. I think I heard him too. Alright, the last player, and we'll go back to our cap and our cap reserves for the final person to add to this list, and just for consistent and tireless dedication to the club. Daniel Pope. There we go, so 15 boys, give them a round of applause. Yeah, let's grab a photo. What's Miguel doing? Dan, you're going to start. Alright, so from this group of people we picked the Player of the Year. The Player of the Year is voted by the coaches and the committee, and a variety of things. It's based on contribution for the club performance and a variety of things like that. So the previous winners are Simon Moroney, so he was an over 35 player and also played in the first team. Chris Snape, so you have won this, Snapey, so you've lied. You were in the team of the year. No, you've forgotten. There was a team of the year that year too. Joe Potter, unlucky to miss out on the team of the year this year too. Unlucky. Last year's winner, who kindly actually brought the trophy back, which most people don't do. And this year's winner. When we think about our football club, we think about a variety of things, but to contribute to multiple teams in a year, to play a lot of games, to be positive, proactive, always a training, and represent everything that we stand for, we couldn't think of a better person than Mike Yakin to be the chief. A round of applause for the boys, and Mike, you take this trophy. It's a bit like the World Cup, so don't drop it. Nice. Thanks, lads. All right, there's one more award. We'll get all the boys to sit down and we'll do that.
That's a good way of putting it.
Oh, Mike, you're in this too. Another one here too. All right, the last one for the night is the Clairvaux FC Club Member of the Year. There's a list of people on here that have won it. And it's members of the committee, it's for contributions to the club, it's for tireless hours of doing stuff behind the scenes that nobody sees. So not only does this person do that, they also coach a junior team, they also coach a senior team, they also organise tonight, they also organise the breakup. They spend Lord knows how many hours a week, but they should be doing their job working on this. The best part about it is they probably do it with a smile on their face. They're really positive and nothing is too much trouble. And this person has helped me tremendously this year. I think it would help all the committee members. And I couldn't think of a better person other than Hayden Jones to win this trophy. You all know him, he's the nicest guy in the world, so big, massive round of applause. That wasn't me.
Yeah, very humbled to receive this award. Yeah, this club means a lot to me. Some of the boys that sit at the table, I started playing under sixes with there a long time ago. So yeah, like it's a great club, and yeah, just love it. And I guess all I can say is you get out of it what you put into it. So yeah, thanks everyone.
There we go, guys. That is all for tonight. Thank you so much for attendance. The over 35s are training Thursday nights, and the first team is about 2 weeks away from starting up again. Talk to your coaches for any questions. You know, every team that's here, I believe, will run forward in some form for the year ahead, and we'd love to add a couple new teams, hopefully a couple of women's teams as well. So please look at the Facebook page, talk to your coaches, do all of that. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, everybody.